and thank you for the invitation to come and speak to you today. Can I just do a sound check? Can everybody hear me? Yeah, so I sort of like to walk and talk. And I'm going to start with an apology. And apologies is I'm going to throw far too much information in, far too many slides, far too many stats. But I thought it's better to sort of do that, and that can become a hook for sort of conversation through the day. And what I'd like to sort of focus on today is building resilience. So that's the theme. And if you go to the macro level, at least in England, my personal perspective is these are the two drivers. Climate change and technological change, often referred to as the fifth industrial revolution, AI, is going to fundamentally change the way we live, how we play, how we work, transport. And I'm personally very interested in the connection between nature and society, and particularly interested in health and well-being, and that's sort of going to be the theme of what I'm going to go through today. The policy frame for most nature-based policy in England at the moment is public money for public goods. The idea of ensuring everyone has the opportunity to enjoy the full range of benefits that come from experiencing the natural environment, irrespective of the space. That is the sort of paradigm that Michael Gove came up with, and it is still around and influencing and shaping policy. The first point I'd like to make is that we often come and ask the question, do we have the evidence of the benefits of the natural environment linked to health and well-being outcomes? And the answer to that is yes. So this is Public Health England's statement back in 2017 that the evidence is very significant and there's a strong body of evidence. Motivations. So one of the surveys that Natural England runs is the Meaning Survey. We interview 800 people face to face. We have for the last 10 years. And if you look at trends in motivation, visiting a natural environment for health and exercise is the #1 motivation. And it's increased from 34% to nearly 60% over the last 10 years. And it is also, that sort of trend is also reflected in elderly people and BAME communities and low-income groups. So health is a big motivator for people to visit the natural environment. I'm just going to look at 3 dimensions to the sort of health debate: mental health, physical inactivity, and loneliness. Mental health costing £100 billion a year, 15 million people are affected by it. Physical inactivity costing £7 billion a year, affecting 14 million people, accounts for 1 in 6 deaths. Loneliness is costing £6,000 per person, and the estimate is in the order of 9 million people often or regularly considered to be lonely. If you look at that from the perspective of children, the statistics are pretty stark. So mental health, 50%, more than 50% actually, of mental health problems in life, excluding dementia, start when you're under the age of 14. 3/4 by the age of 18. 1 in 10 children back in 2004 had mental health disorders. That's now 1 in 9. If you go to physical inactivity, 75% of boys, 85% of girls are considered to be inactive. Really interesting little quote that I've taken from a leading researcher in Canada, looking at the changes that have been brought about to the way people, as I say, live, play, work and travel, linked to electronic changes. Loneliness. And I think this is an agenda that's really sort of become front and centre for all the policy development. These are some of the statistics that have come out of what's referred to as the PISA survey, the OECD program for international students assessment, where British 15-year-olds are ranked 69th out of 72 countries for life satisfaction. That life satisfaction of 15-year-olds across the UK has fallen faster than in any other country with a comparable data set over the last 3 years. These are profound statistics. That loneliness and social isolation are likely to increase your risk of death by nearly 30%. In each one of those domains, there are government policies and initiatives. And so the government is trying to tackle those. But for each of them, actually the natural environment has a place. And that is, the government has attempted to bring that, splice that together through the 25-year environment plan. So there's a place in each of those dimensions for the natural environment. So I would contend that nature-based interventions have a positive impact on people's health and well-being and can be part of a low-cost package to address health outcomes and health inequality. And these are just some of the benefits that can, first of all, to reinforce the fact that it's very straightforward. 2 hours a day, 2 hours of nature a week is sufficient to lead to an improvement in health and well-being, but also the economic benefits that flow from that. But I think there are two challenges for us. One is to extend our reach to new audiences, which is the issue around social inclusion, and one is to increase connection to nature, perhaps the point that John was making in his paragraphs that Fiona was reading out, so that we achieve the greater impact for our interventions. So if we start with the first, social inclusion, really important to recognise that 30% of the population account for 80% of the visits to the natural environment. There are a lot of people visiting frequently. There are a much greater proportion of the population who are really visiting very rarely, if at all. Visits to the natural environment vary between social groups. So if you look at the English population as a whole, the average number of visits a year is 64. As you come down with people with disabilities, the elderly, low-income groups, people living in deprived areas, and you get down to BAME communities, they are visiting once a fortnight. Massive variations between social groups. The importance of local green space is critical. Nearly 70% of all visits by adults to the natural environment is within 2 miles of where they live, and that is equally, if not more important, for children. But the importance of that local green space, again, varies across social groups. It's very important for relatively young people, becomes less important as you get older. Very important for low-income groups, less important as you become more affluent. Very important for BAME groups, less important for white groups. Very important for people living in the most deprived areas, less important for those living in less deprived areas. So I would summarise that as that, first of all, health inequality is costing, in England, £70 billion a year. But increasing the use of green space can be part of that low-cost package that we need to offer into government. The difficulty is access to green space is not available to all. So there is huge variation in accessibility, and those who need to have those experiences have the poorest access. Second challenge, which is achieving greater impact for more people. You can go right the way back. So first of all, this little bit is going to be around trying to draw a distinction between contact, exposure with nature, and connection with nature. But that's not a new concept. You know, we were talking about it in the mid-70s with Robert Pyle and Extinction of Experience. It got picked up again later by Richard Lowe in his books, and David Attenborough effectively played on some of Robert's wordings and made the sort of quote at the bottom where no one will protect what they don't care about and no one will care about what they never experience. So what is nature connection? First of all, it's different, it's independent from contact with nature, exposure to nature. It's a psychological construct. It's basically measuring a person's sense of their relationship with nature. It can be measured and it can change. We've used the data data that we've collected through the Meany survey to construct a measure for nature connection, a very simple measure based on 6 questions. It's a 7-point scale, and basically you can use it for children and for adults, and it generates a score between 0 and 100. So, first point is around the relationship between nature connection and pro-environmental behaviours. So if you look down this list, what you'll see is an increasing number of sort of personal commitment to pro-environmental behaviours. So starting with recycling, going all the way down to donating money, donating time, ending up as volunteering. And what you see is the index, the nature connection index, increases as you go down that list. The proportion of the population doing those activities plummets. So you've got more than 70% recycling, less than 5% volunteering. But the point over on the far left side of the slide is the key sort of sets of points. First of all, nature connection was a significant predictor of individuals' pro-environmental behaviours, whereas visit frequency was not a significant predictor. Visiting the natural environment is not a predictor of those behaviours. Nature connection is. And in individuals with high nature connection, they're almost twice as likely to report those behaviours. The next bit is that they're additive. And this slide is simply showing you that if you combine connection together with exposure, visits, you get more than the sum of the parts. So those pro-environmental behaviours were highest amongst people who reported both high frequency of visits to the natural environment and high connection to the natural environment. And the last bar on the right-hand side is the combination of high. Nature connectedness and well-being. Again, nature connection, but not visit frequency, was a predictor of people's eudaimonic well-being, their sense of worth. And people with high nature connection were 1.7 times more likely to report that their lives were worthwhile than those with low nature connection. Nature connection changes through the life course. So here what you're seeing is a big dip in nature connection with children from about the age of 10 through to the late 20s, and then back it goes up again. So children's nature connection in households was predicted by the level of nature connection of the adults in that household. It's a really important point. Children's nature connection was not predicted by any other variable, including visit frequency. And children were 3 times more likely to have high nature connection when the adults in the same household had high nature connection, which starts to tell you something about the fact we need to connect with both adults and children. This is a study that was done in Canada, big sample set. The point I really want to make is the second one, that nature connection is associated with, is important because it's associated with a 25% reduction in mental health symptoms. So, summarising this little bit, I'll put it into 3 bits. People's concern for wider environmental conservation is related to how important the natural environment is to their daily lives. The importance of the natural environment to people's daily lives is related to the benefits that people get from the visits. Physical health, well-being, we know that's a primary motivator, and therefore enabling people to get experiences through the sorts of services you're offering that build the relevance of the natural environment to their daily lives is the critical step in motivating, in sustaining behaviours and health benefits that flow from those experiences. The implications, I think, at least in England for policy and practice, we are trying to drive up the scale of nature-based services, and we're trying to do that in a way that meets the service standards and the volumes required of commissioners and most of those are health commissioners who require specific standards, but they also require really big volumes. Second point is we need to make those services relevant. We need to design and target the services to meet the outcomes of those commissioners and the users. Both parties need to be satisfied. And we need to improve the impact of our services. So we need to increase both the quantity and the quality of people's experience of nature. Supporting people to contact, for both in their contact and their connection with the natural environment, through better understanding of their needs, their motivations, their requirements. So all services should start from the understanding of the service user. And then the bit at the top is really, I guess, a personal perspective around the risks of not doing this. If we fail to build resilience into people's lives, or through their actions, through their better connection to the natural environment, their actions that they will take to help manage the natural environment, then we will fail to recognise that connection with nature is vital to healthy living, a healthy life, and to a healthy ecosystem. So both sides will suffer. And that is it. Thank you very much.